Well, thank you everyone for coming. My name is Nathan Vasquez, and I am the District Attorney for Multnomah County. We are here today to announce that the grand jury has indicted Jesse Calhoun for the November 20th, 2022 murder of Kristen Smith. As you may know, Mr. Calhoun is already charged with murdering Charity Perry, Joanna Speaks, and Bridget Webster between the dates of March and April of 2023. This indictment adds 2 additional counts: murder in the second degree and abuse of a corpse in the second degree. I am joined here today by Kristen Smith's mother and grandmother, as well as her sister and family members of the other victims as well. Today, we also have with us from the Portland Police, we have Sergeant Kim Hubbard and I believe Detective Jeff Pontius, some of our lead investigators on this matter. For the District Attorney's Office, our office has been represented by and will continue to work on this case Senior Deputy DA Melissa Marrero, Chief Deputy DA Todd Jackson, and Deputy DA Charlie Weiss. This remains a very active investigation, and unfortunately we're not going to be discussing the evidence underlying the charges today. The assigned prosecutors have had ongoing and continued contact with the family throughout this investigation, and we've worked hard to make sure and assure them that this case was being actively worked. And the announcement today of this indictment, it's a very important and visible step for this path as we seek justice for these victims. I want to take this opportunity to thank Portland Police Bureau, specifically Detective Pontius and Detective Stephen Gandy, also the Multnomah County, Clackamas County, and Washington County Sheriff's Office, including their search and rescue teams who did extensive work on this. The Medical Examiner's Office has also contributed greatly, as well as the Gresham Police Department, the East Major Crimes Team, the Oregon State Crime Lab, and the FBI for their tireless work to bring forth justice for Kristen Smith. Hopefully by that list you can understand that this has been a huge team effort by this community to bring forth justice. I also want to thank the many members of these various agencies that have overall contributed to the investigation of the deaths of each of these women. This has been a difficult process for the families, but we are dedicated to pressing forward to obtain justice for these victims and for their families. I'm going to be turning over in a minute. I know that that Kristen Smith's mother would like to make some comments. I'm going to have her come up if she'd like to at this time. And then we'll probably also be hearing from Senior Deputy Melissa Marrero and from Sergeant Kim Hubbard.
Thank you. As a lot of you may know, this is my other daughter, Haley, that's been right there beside me this whole nightmare of a roller coaster. But I'm sorry, I'm really overwhelmed with emotion. I stayed strong, doing all I could, trying to save my daughter. And it was just unbearable to find out I was too late and needed help finding her, and I did everything I could to try to get answers and fight and search, and I couldn't have done any of that or survived each day if it wasn't for my family, if it wasn't for my daughter, and without my friends. Friends that didn't care where we were going or what we were doing. We just went and we were searching, hanging flyers, everything. I want to thank everybody for all the support and love and keeping Kristen's name and memory alive and not forgotten. I thank the other victims' families for staying by my side the whole way. We searched together. We fought together. We never gave up. and to still stay by my side, even after Jesse Calhoun was indicted for your 3 loved ones, and Kristen wasn't. You're here with me today. I also personally cannot thank Detective Jeff Pontius, my homicide detective, and Steve Gandy for truly caring about my daughter's case and not giving up and promising me they're going to do everything they can and they're not going to give up. And I was ornery and feisty at the beginning and wasn't very sure how that was going to go, but he stayed true to it, and I'm forever grateful, and he's an amazing detective. I can't thank the DA, Melissa Marrero, and Todd Jackson enough. You guys have worked so hard on this difficult case, especially Kristen's case. Difficult. Plus you dealt with my stubborn butt through my good days and my bad, my good emotions and my bad. It's been a long, agonizing 898 days since the day I found out Kristen Smith was deceased. Then on May 17th, 2024, last year, the police made their statement that Jesse Calhoun was being indicted for the 3 of the 5 girls. I can't explain the agonizing pain I felt that day, that Kristen was not one of those girls. I stood strong with the other families and was happy they got their answers and prayed every day this day would come for me, for us. It's been 445 days since the first indictment of the 3 girls. 445 days of still fighting with the other victims' families. I've always stayed hopeful that I would get justice for Kristen and kept the faith in my 2 DAs. I've never lost hope. I too fought for answers. I always told Kristen growing up, never give up. You too. I never gave up. And I never will. I thank every single person who didn't give up on this case. My family, my friends, and most importantly, every single person who never forgot about these 5 women. Our family, our angels. They're all taken too soon. The Portland 5 will never be forgotten. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Melissa Marrero. I am one of the prosecutors who is assigned and working on this case. This re-indictment of Mr. Calhoun marks a significant milestone in this case. We want to recognize the strength and the patience that Kristen Smith's family has shown throughout this entire process. Kristen was 22 years old at the time of her death. It's been nearly 2.5 years since her remains were located. And we recognize that the uncertainty around whether somebody would be charged and when that would occur has been extremely difficult for the family. We're thankful for their trust and their patience, and for the trust and patience of all of the other impacted families. And we are particularly thankful for all of the hard work of everybody involved in this case, including Detective Pontius, who's here with us, Detective Gandy, and all of the agency partners mentioned by DA Vasquez already, and who assisted in the earlier investigation involving Joanna Speaks, Bridget Webster, and Charity Perry. I want to be very clear, we have a very long road ahead. Trial is currently expected to occur in 2027, and we have a lot of work to do between then and now. We remain committed to the investigation and to securing justice for each of these women. We appreciate all of your time.
Good afternoon. I'm Sergeant Police Bureau Homicide Unit. First and foremost, on behalf of the Portland Police Bureau at this incredibly painful time, I want to extend our deepest condolences to the family and loved ones of Kristen Smith and the other girls as well. Specifically, Kristen's mother, Melissa, whose strength and determination is nothing short of extraordinary. Melissa has served as an anchor during this long and difficult process. She was a voice for her daughter and a powerful force for justice. Her belief in our investigators and her constant cooperation have been instrumental in bringing us to where we are today. As we all know, Jesse Calhoun is in custody and has been for some time. While we cannot share specific details due to the ongoing nature of the investigation, I can share that from the very beginning, our detectives were fully committed to uncovering the truth. Over the past 2.5 years, this case has demanded relentless work, countless hours, and unwavering dedication. Our investigators pursued every lead, re-examined every piece of evidence, and followed the facts, wherever they led. And our work is far from over. We continue to follow leads, gather information, and explore every avenue to ensure that every victim is acknowledged and every question is pursued. None of this is possible without the close collaboration between multiple partners. As DA Vasquez mentioned, their office, the Multnomah, Clackamas, and Washington County Sheriff's Offices, including their search and rescue teams, the Medical Examiner's Office, the Gresham Police Department, the Oregon State Crime Lab, and the FBI. We know that cases like this shake the community. Please know that we hear you, we see you, and we are here for you. Our commitment to public safety and the safety of every Portlander remains steadfast. We ask for the community's continued support, patience, and trust as we work to bring closure to those affected and ensure that justice is served. To the families here today, your strength and courage are humbling. We are with you, and we will continue to walk alongside you on this path. While nothing can bring Kristen or the other girls back, we hope that today's announcement brings a measure of peace to those who loved her, especially her mother, Melissa, her grandmother, Vicki, and her sister, Haley. Thank you.
We'll take some Q&A if you folks have some questions.
Sure. There is a fifth case that's allegedly been linked to Calhoun, Ashley Riel. Can you provide any update on that particular case? What is your hope going forward surrounding that case?
I can just say that that is an extremely important case to us. It's one that's currently under investigation. We continue to partner and work with the Clackamas County District Attorney's Office and the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office as we continue to investigate that one.
Are you calling this a serial case yet, or why not?
That's something that we allow other folks to decide or determine. From a legal standpoint, we look at this purely as we focus on the victims. These were murders of some young women that obviously have had a huge, massive impact on their family, and that's where our focus is.
Is there reason to believe that there's any similarities in the cases that could lead to that type of network?
That's something that certainly, as we go through the trial and the facts come out, that's something that folks can look at and evaluate for themselves.
Investigators develop the motive in the killing.
Again, a really great question, but one that will come out during the course of the trial. It's one that when we look at, particularly in the fact that we're still looking at additional investigation ongoing, it's not one that we're going to comment on.
As a follow-up, Mr. Vasquez, does that mean there will be a trial? Settlement negotiations have broken down?
We don't comment specifically on settlement negotiations, but I'll tell you that my trial team, they're always in the mindset of being as prepared as possible for trial, and will always be working towards that. If settlement occurs, then it occurs, but that will only be with the eye of focusing and working with the families closely. But I can tell you that this trial team is getting ready to go for trial.
Why was this case not included in the May 2024 indictment?
I can only say that in the scope of different types of investigations, each one is carefully evaluated for what occurred in that individual case. In the investigation, we're never ones that are going to rush it. We're going to look at all the evidence and make make sure that we have sufficient evidence to move a case forward, and that's where we are today.
Did anything change between then and now, any new evidence?
It was just a part of the ongoing investigation where we were able to bring forth evidence to the grand jury, and the grand jury voted to indict this way.
This is a question for both yourself and Mr. Mother as well. Do you have a message for Ray's family?
I'll always defer to the victim's family first, if you would like to answer that, or I'm happy to.
Yes, they know that I'm right alongside them. Just they are a part of this murder family, what we call each other, unfortunately. That we do everything we can to keep in touch and let them know that we're there for them. We support them. We're willing to stand beside them and help with anything we can. And keep hope.
I have a message for Ashley Alexander. We are
Step up to the podium and say your name, please, and spell it.
My name's Diana Allen. I am Charity Perry's mom. It's Diana Allen. And I have a message. I gave the message to Melissa before, and the pain was real loud, so it was hard to hear from time to time. But do not give up. Not just Ashley's family, but any families of victims that are out there. Don't give up hope. It hurts so bad, but it's so precious you cannot let it go. I had a guilt this whole last year over my daughter being on that indictment, and all I could tell Melissa was, it's just not yet. It's not that it's not happening, it's just not yet. And there are families that have reached out in other states with victims who have nothing to do with Calhoun, and they are so lost. They need to know that they are seen and they are heard, and there's a world out there who care about their loved ones. It just doesn't feel like it at that moment. I also have a message, if permission, to both Calhoun and other people like him out there. You are not the smartest person in the room. You think that you are, and maybe the day of your crime you were. But you're no longer in your room. You're in my room. And I know a lot of smart people. And there is no way you will keep going and not be caught. It doesn't matter if it's 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 centuries. The world will find you. Thank you.
I'm sorry, would you like to repeat that question?
Yeah, just if you had a message for Ray's family.
Certainly, I would never pretend to understand the immense amount of their pain and loss, and I would just say to continue to hold hope, and that I would just say the investigators have continued to show up and show their dedication.